Look at this thing. Look at it. It's so wobbly. Hello, my friends. Maldonado here, and today we are going to be playing with a jelly plate. Have you guys seen this before? So this is made out of a synthetic polymer that feels like jelly, and you can paint with it. I created some of these prints with it just to give you an idea of the sorts of things you can do. This is one that I did using an egg carton as a stamp. So I'll show you. Here's my egg carton, and on the bottom I use these things as stamps, look like little crosses, so I just stamped them in the paint and created this design. And you can use all sorts of different stamps and stencils and masks to create so many different interesting prints. This one, you can see there's a face in here. I used a magazine and transferred the image on that magazine using the gel plate. This is another background with purple, and this also looks like a magazine transfer because you can see some of the words that were on the page. And this, I don't like this one. This one looks like blood vessels. This one, another image transfer, was a model in an ad in a magazine. And you know, these are some other examples. I had a brick stencil that I used, and I think I had a different stencil. This is an image transfer. I did some markings. What I like to do is I like to make greeting cards. So that's what we're gonna do today. And we're not just gonna make any old greeting card, we're gonna make a tarot greeting card. So my friend's birthday is in March, and she's a Pisces. And the tarot card for Pisces is the moon card. So I figured, let me see if I can do my version of the moon card using the gel plate. And one fun thing that I discovered was that not only can you transfer images from a magazine or from a laser print copy, you can also transfer drawings that you make using charcoal. When I found out about that, ooh, game changer. So I figured, well, let me see if I can go into Canva and start throwing in little pictures here and there, because I wasn't sure if I was in the mood to actually draw something, and my drawing skills are not that great. So I thought, well, what if I can find some images and then trace them with charcoal and then put that on the gel plate. Another thing that I did on Canva was I tried to create something similar to what looks like the little path and then the moon at the top of the card. So I picked a circle and I found a path that I can use, and then I created a mask out of that. Actually, a mask slash stencil. So this is the whole thing. I cut it out. So I want my path to be in here with the moon kind of up here. You'll see that I've already used this mask because I tried to test it out, and let's just say the first experiment did not come out good. So we're gonna try it again, but the mask is still intact. The stencil is still usable, so we'll see how we can improve upon that first sample. I don't even know if I'm going to show you that first sample. It's so embarrassing. So I was looking all over the house to see if I can find a pad of tracing paper, and I found it. And guys, this thing looks like it's a million years old. I don't know how long it's been in this family. It's probably been in the family for generations. I mean, look at this paper. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it looks like it's been stained with tea leaves, but it still works. So let's take a sheet out and start tracing. I hope this doesn't disintegrate in my hands. Here is my charcoal pencil, and it works just as good as a regular stick of charcoal. I've tried it, and that part was successful. It was the other part that I don't want to show you. It's kind of a mess. Okay. All right, let's get tracing. So the reason why I chose to make the dog and wolf so prominent and the main focal point of this image is because I was watching Benny over on the Fool's Apprentice doing his one-card tarot study on the moon card, and the guest speaker's name was Laura. And I'll go ahead and I'll put a link to that video in the description. But in their conversation, she brought up the French phrase, which I've never heard before, probably because I'm such an unworldly Philistine, I don't know, but I've never heard of it. But the phrase is entre chien et loup. And it literally translates to between dog and wolf, but what it's referring to is dusk. So essentially it's that time when the sun has set a little, or I guess it's already setting, but the sky is still light by sunlight. So if you saw a canine in the distance, it would be difficult to tell whether it was a dog or a wolf. You know, a domesticated animal or a wild beast, a friend or a foe, if you're in safety or in danger. And we also know that the moon card is a card of illusion and deception, when things are not as they appear to be, or something that is unclear. And when it's difficult to see things as they are, it comes with feelings of anxiety and fear. And these are all aspects of the card. And all of these aspects are covered with that one French phrase. It even covers the intuition aspect. So, you know, if your eyes are fooling you and you can't distinguish which of the two animals it is, this is when you need to access your intuition and see what it's telling you. So you don't have to memorize all those key words that we just talked about. You know, the fear, anxiety, danger, safety, you know, all you need to do is think of that one phrase and what it means symbolically, and then all of those key words will just automatically come along with it. And I definitely wanted to keep the crawfish, the crayfish, the lobster. I don't know, let's just call it a crustacean. So I wanted to keep that because of its symbolism around the emergence from unconscious into awareness and coming out of the water to start a new journey. And I didn't bother with the towers. There's, you know, 2 towers on the side in the Rider-Waite-Smith version, because I felt that the upright positioning of the dog and the wolf could also double as the towers. So I just kept it simple. Okay, so now that this is done, I'm going to transfer this onto the gel plate. I'm scared. Okay, it's down. There's no moving it. We are committed. All right, so I'm just gonna rub this in. Make sure we get the charcoal on the plate. And then I have, well, the pros have something called a baron that you use to kind of rub everything in. But what I have is the top of a tin can. So I'm just gonna use this to rub that charcoal into the plate. Should we peel this off and see if the transfer was successful? All right, let's see. Da-da-da-da. All right. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's fine. See, I always do this to myself because when you do the transfer, things come out in reverse, but when you put it back on the paper, it's gonna reverse again. Because at first I was worried because we got the wolf here and usually we have the dog on that side. But no, it's fine. It's fine. It's supposed to be like that. All right, I'm gonna put a white piece of paper here so that you can see this a little better. Okay. The dog, I'm gonna look for a brown color. A little bit of that and a little bit of this for the dog. Let's see what happens. Should I mix these first on the side? I am so professional. Okay, so let's put some of that in there. So let's wait till this completely dries. Then I'm going to use the mask and start painting over the whole thing to create a background. I tried to paint in the little nose with a brush, but it didn't work out so well. So I'm going to try my black Posca pen because it's acrylic paint. So that should work in the same way. Let's try filling in this little nose here. I'm going to get some dark blue for the sky, then some green for the grass, and then some lighter blue for the water. So let me put my mask down. Wait, am I supposed to put it the other way? Since we are in reverse? I don't know. All right, let's do it this way and see what happens. Where's my brayer? Here it is. And let's get some of that. Let's see, am I gonna do it this way? Yeah, sure. Let's do it that way. Okay, so I'm gonna do it here. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Hopefully this will come out all right. Okay, so for the green, I think I'm just gonna roll it straight on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? All right, so we'll let that dry. I'll take off the mask. I hope it's not a disaster. Okay, so now we have space to color in our path and then the moon. I think we're pretty dry now. So what I'd like to do is paint this a dark gray for the final peel off. So I'll just sprinkle in a little, this is black, right? Yes, okay. So a little bit of black here and there. And then put a little white here and there and there. And let's see if we end up with a darkish gray, maybe, hopefully. And when you see things like this, you're like, oh my God, what are they doing? They're just painting over the entire thing. But remember, we're pulling all of the layers off. So there's a few layers underneath this gray. So I didn't mix it up very well. There's like little circles in there, but you know what? That's what makes it unique. So I'm gonna put the paper on top, and we're gonna smooth this out and get my fake Baron and rub this down. Get those edges so we can get a nice clean pull. I just realized my microphone was far away. I hope you're able to hear some of that. So we're gonna leave this on for about, since there's a few layers in there, I'm gonna leave it in there for about 10 minutes. I think that'll be long enough for everything to adhere to the paper. I'm also gonna put this weighted block on top. This is a block that my husband uses for bookbinding.
10 minutes later.
Okay, are you ready for the big reveal? I'm excited and nervous. All right, let's see. Let's peel off a little bit. Oh, I hope it's not too dark. Okay. Let's see, I see the moon. And we still have a ghost print on the gel plate. Okay. I mean, I got to admit, this is a lot better than the first attempt. I'm still not sure if I want to share that with you. But this is cute, I think. Do you guys want to see the first one? Oh my God, I'm a little embarrassed. I don't know if I want to share that, but okay, let me show you the first one. Because if you're looking at this thinking, that's not really great, let's compare the two, shall we? All right, here's the first one, and here's the new one. So a bit of an improvement, I would say. So now I'm going to just cut this down. So my cards are usually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I'm just going to make it 1/8 shorter all around so that I can have a white border. So I'll give you an idea. I think I have some cards that I had made also with gel prints. Here's an example. So this was a print that I did, but I also added some molding paste and then painted them with all different kinds of metallic colors. But this one, I left a white border and used cardstock. I have another one that has a thinner border. So this has a thinner border, so I might go with the thinner border for the moon card. Cut it off there on the bottom. Okay, so 8 1/2, and then this needs to be 5 1/2. Okay. So then we would have our card here, and then fold this over, and then we'd have this little thin border all the way around. Okay, so now that we've sized up our card base, I'm going to score it so that we can fold it nicely in half. Get my score buddy. That's what it's called. So this little asterisk is the 4 1/4 mark. So I'm going to go ahead and score. I like to do it like 3 times just to make sure I have a nice score line. Okay, and then we bend it in because we want our little score bubble to be on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. There. Okay, so we fold it this way. Okay, so we've taped it down, but I feel like it needs something. Okay, I figured it out. I think I'm just gonna have a little happy birthday greeting here. And what I've done was I've printed out a bunch of greetings that say happy birthday with a black background and white letters. And I got this idea from Sheree, Burlington. Thanks, Sheree. She was making affirmation cards, and she had little black strips that had different affirmations that she just printed out and pasted them on her cards. So that's what I'm gonna do with my happy birthday greeting. All right, we're gonna pop this guy out. I will maybe cut that in half, and then we'll like slant them funny. Should we slant them funny or keep them straight? And then I'm going to use some foam tape to give it a little bit more dimension. So let's cut some of that tape here. Cut that there. Okay. And then I'll need another piece for birthday. Okay. So now that I have the foam tape, I can see it with a little dimension and then try to figure out how I want to place this. I'm going to peel off the back of this guy and put it here. All right, and then peel off the back of birthday. Yeah, why not? There we go. So we have our happy birthday card. It's cute. I mean, probably not my best artwork, but you know, I still have to get used to the gel plates. It's okay, you know, I'm still learning. I had fun with it. I hope you are inspired to either use some gel plates for your own cards or for your own art or collages. They're really fun to experiment with. So let me know if you try them. Hit the like button if you had fun with this video, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.